Hey there. In 1756, the British Empire was involved in an existential struggle with France. And they had an admiral who lost a battle. And he was executed. That's certainly not the sort of thing I'd advocate for, but it was a sign of seriousness. By the 1850s, the British Empire ruled everything it saw. Within the space of 5 years, it conquered both India and China. France was a vassal state, and only an Oxbridge professor would be stupid enough to think that the Great Game was a real thing that was being played with Russia. And, failure at that point wasn't that serious. The Crimea was a war that was terribly mismanaged at the cost of a lot of loss of life, and it couldn't have mattered less. The generals in charge of that, they were, maybe mocked by some, but were celebrated by most, and certainly didn't suffer any consequences. I think that contrast should give you an indication of how seriously you should take the U.S.'s, Washington, D.C.'s claims that we're living in an era of great power competition. Because if you look at what's happened in Afghanistan right now, the extraordinary failure we're seeing illustrated for us in Afghanistan at this moment, I think it's very clear that there is nothing serious about U.S. foreign policy. $1 trillion were spun nominally into Afghanistan, but mostly into enriching generals and contractors, and nobody's even investigating this. I don't think these people should be executed, but they should, some of them, certainly be incarcerated. But we're not even going to look into it, because nothing in U.S. foreign policy matters. None of this. Doesn't matter that thousands of less privileged people in the U.S. died. It doesn't matter that tens of thousands of Afghans died and are beginning to die in larger numbers and will in the aftermath of our incredible waste of time and money. Nothing about this is serious. Next time somebody tells you we have to prepare to fight Russia or China or some horse shit like that, ask them what we did to fix our military, what we did to fix our defense industry after this catastrophe in Afghanistan. If the answer is nothing, if the answer is that nobody was punished, nothing was changed, nothing was reformed, then you know exactly how serious to take the idea of great power competition between the United States and anybody else. We are the rulers of all we survey, and we don't give a shit about anything other than profit. Sorry if that was a little angry. I'll go live to talk about this at great length on my YouTube channel on Tuesday. Join me there.